Hey, what's going on? I'm going to show you guys how to make short ribs. Not pork short ribs, we're going to do beef short ribs. We're going to do it in cast iron. Um, you can do it on top of the stove, you can do it on the wood stove, or you can do it in the oven. In this case, we're going to do it in the oven. So let's get started. This is a short rib. This is a part of the cow that's like in the rib. We would take these out like when we had prime ribs. We made prime ribs. We would take the short ribs out and we'd use them for barbecued ribs. Beef short ribs barbecued are just incredible. But we're gonna braise them. So we're gonna cut them. We're gonna make them a little smaller. And make them into like 4-inch pieces. They're going to shrink when they cook. We're going to cook these for like 3.5 hours. Okay. This is chuck, so you got to cook it for a long time to make it tender. Right, Newt? You can serve this with mashed potatoes or rice or whatever kind of starch you're into. All right. We're going to salt them up with sea salt. Nothing funky on here, just salt and pepper. Use my old camera. I have to use the old camera to do these cooking videos because the HD one I'll be uploading for the next 10 years. All right, flip them. You want to salt and pepper season both sides. It really doesn't make a difference. I know I say it all the time, but it is true. A little more sea salt. A little more for the hell of it. Okay, we can't fit it all in one cast iron skillet, so we're going to use the enamel covered cast iron. We're going to do 75% of the cooking in here. So here we have oil, and we have oil here. We're going to add butter to the oil. And we're going to sear the meat. What that means is, in searing the meat, you close all the pores on it and you lock the juices in. So we'll put some short ribs in here. What we want to do is we want to get them brown on both sides and nice and caramelized, and it'll taste a lot better. Okay, we've got everything seared up. Now we're going to add onions to both of them, garlic, carrots, celery, and we're going to let all that caramelize up. Okay, While that's all caramelizing up, we're going to take a can of beer. No, we're going to take a can of plum tomatoes. We're going to dump them in here. We're going to save the can. We're going to take our hands and we're going to squeeze them. Squeeze them like they owe you money. Try and crush them down as much as you can. A potato masher works a lot better, but I don't have a potato masher. Be careful when you squeeze them with your hands. They tend to shoot all over the place. Okay, out of this, we're going to use this one pot. Well, we're going to use them both. We're going to use this one pot for the rest of cooking it. So, bring it in a little closer. We're going to put some of our tomatoes in here. Put the other short ribs in here. All the vegetables. Put it all. Now onto this. Some more tomatoes that rest that whole can. A little bit of water. A little bit. I mean like a quarter of a cup. We want it to be 75% covered. The rest we want sticking out because we're not boiling this. About a teaspoon of gravy master or browning sauce. Mix that around. You don't want to make the whole thing brown. So we're not going to use that much of it. A little bit of oregano from the garden. Right on top. A little bit of salt. A little pepper. Put the top on it. Into the oven it goes for 3 hours at 350. Okay, it's been 2.5 hours of us cooking the short ribs in the oven with the top on. So let me show you what we have here. see all these ingredients we put in here, they turn into gravy. See what I mean? Let's go ahead and serve it up. Couple of short ribs. This will serve about 4 people. Put a little bit of the gravy on top. A little bit of tiger sauce on the rice. A little bit of fresh ground pepper on top. That's it, man. That's how you make short ribs. Or at least that's the way I make short ribs. Have a great New Year, guys. Later.